everybody. Welcome. Cheers. Cheers to you.
And you.
Another pumpkin beer. This is 2 episodes in a row we've been drinking one, but 'tis the season.
Oh yeah, we had the atomic pumpkin.
Now we're in the clean out phase of pumpkin beer.
Yeah,
right?
you're now like, hey,
now they go on sale. Yeah, right.
You gotta get rid of all those.
I think I got to go through the fridge at the arcade and be like, what's getting marked down 50% over the next 2 weeks? Probably a couple of those. But
do you do that?
Probably.
You mark them down?
I
didn't know that.
I don't always, but if we have a lot, because I mean, particularly like with pumpkin, we could probably sell it through November, December. But if it's February and there's still pumpkin beer in the fridge, that's a problem. So we don't want that. And
that doesn't happen.
Same with like I believe we had that like Star Hill Christmas Ale in March. Like it just hadn't sold. It's like sometimes something gets stuck there. We were selling Sunburn. And there was still, as of like, I think a week or two ago, there was Sunburn that we gotten this summer, you know? So
Sunburn's good, too.
It's good, but
I would drink it, but you got me on the liquor.
And there's a big selection there, right?
Bourbon,
so it's very easy to go, what's new, what's exciting, what's different, and you're not going to get that thing that you had when it was new and exciting.
And when you're switching it out, you had it for a few times when it was new, and now there's something else new.
But who knows what's left in that fridge after Friday?
Nothing.
Tell me about Friday.
There's nothing. So you were there a little bit late. We had our Halloween party.
Yeah, for people like listening to this after the fact, not sure like what happened Friday. Friday was Halloween night, and we had talked in the last episode. We had an emo night scheduled for that night, so we turned it into this Halloween Little Monsters Bash thing.
And it always turns. I mean, we've done that a couple years.
Yeah.
Halloween-mo or emo-ween,
right?
Or whatever we call it. And this year was probably it was the biggest one of them all.
Well, a lot of years it's either a couple days before Halloween. You know, that Friday doesn't really fall on anything, so it's either the day before or the day after, or it's somewhere around that time frame. This was the first time since the arcade's been open that Halloween fell right on the Friday that we typically do events.
Was it really? This is the first time.
I'm almost positive, because I feel like we would have done something. We've had Saturdays before. We don't typically do events on Saturdays, or traditionally didn't. We've been doing.
We have had it on Saturdays.
We're doing some more now, and so I think we did it on the Saturday and did some other things.
And it's always spooky. It's always like scary when it's on Halloween night, because everybody else is doing something on Halloween.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I remember getting there and we were like, okay, like I've got a really good feeling about tonight.
Hopefully
like,
they pick us.
Yeah,
right?
it was. It literally, I was talking to Paul and I'm like, they got to pick us. Like all of our people, like they're going to pick us, right? And people that had only been to like 1 or 2 events showed up.
I was going to say, not only did the people who come to us regularly pick us, but there were many I knew who picked us that don't typically come to emo nights. I mean, I saw good friends that I hadn't seen in 2 years that decided to come that night.
Yeah.
A buddy that I met at a music festival 2 months ago came for his very first emo night on Halloween and messaged me beforehand, because we found out like we're at a 60,000 person music festival and happened to sit at this table, and we're making introductions with these people just to kill time. And when we find out he's from Fredericksburg, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So
that you met him at the...
I met him at a 60,000 person music festival. No. We went to a table and said, can we sit here? And they were like, yeah, our friends are coming back, but until they do, you're welcome to do that. And so we're like, just, hey, where are you from? That kind of thing. And then when I said Fredericksburg, he said, you have got to be kidding me. I live in Fredericksburg. And I was like, are you serious? And so, of course, we exchanged contact information, because when he found out that I run the arcade, he was like, I've been meaning to go there. I haven't gone yet. So like 2 weeks after we got back, he messaged me and said, me and my wife are going to be there this Saturday. So I hung out with him for a little bit then, and younger guy, probably like mid-20s. And
it was their scene.
When I mentioned, I was like, we were talking about like, yeah, we do live music and other things. And in fact, I said on Halloween, we'll have an emo night. And he said, emo night? He had never heard about anything like that. And he was like, yeah. And he was just like, I am so there. And so
that was great.
Yeah, so he had messaged me to say like, I'll be there. And so we hung out for a little bit.
See him while he was
he
there?
bought me a shot of Jack, and so that was fun.
Yeah, sure, buy me one. I saw a lot of people that were at one previous event that I said, I mean, I sold the shit out of the Halloween night.
Sure.
I mean, for 2 months, I've been like, look, this is it.
Yeah.
And they showed up. We talk about a lot, especially on here, we talk about people saying they want to do things and then not showing up to do them.
Sure.
And I can't tell, I bet it was half a dozen, 10 people that I was like, you showed up. And they were like, yeah, I said I was going to.
Of course.
Like,
yeah,
duh.
I wouldn't.
And I was like, whoa, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But
I've been burned, all right?
It was busy from the get-go.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a couple of them kind of build up, even Emo Nights or even karaoke's will kind of build.
Yeah.
This was like, I started playing a little bit early so I could play Halloween music, 7:30-ish. And by 8 o'clock, I was like, I have to play emo music because everybody's here.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't be like, oh, let's mix in or let's mash up some things. They were like, it was time to rock.
Raring to go.
Then it was all costumed out. I mean, total like Master Chief from Halo, 100% with blinky lights everywhere.
I'm pretty sure this was so cool to see. I bet 95% of people in the arcade were in costume.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, absolutely.
I've never seen anything like that. I mean, when you come to Fascination Street, maybe 50-60%, which is a lot. You know, they come with a big crowd, and so like you're walking around, lots of people in like the goth attire and that kind of thing. But holy cow, just almost everybody in costume in that building. And
it was nuts.
It was a lot of people too.
And you got there late.
I got there around 9:30.
9:30.
And there was a line at the bar that kind of like wrapped around a set of games. It was probably, I would say, 20 people deep. And I didn't see that line go away until 11 p.m. And I think the line had started quite a bit earlier than I got there.
Yeah, the line formed instantly. Yeah. And I was like, hey man, we got a problem. But it got fixed.
I don't remember if I had mentioned on the podcast, but we were down a bartender. We brought someone else in, but he was coming from another job and he got there late. Paula was behind the bar. I think at one point 3 people were behind the bar, so they were doing what they could to keep up with it.
Yeah.
But it's different when you have people filling in for you and trying to do you a solid, and they're thrown to the wolves of a night like that.
Oh, yeah.
Versus your 2 like rock star bartenders that can knock stuff out.
I'm
pretty sure we could have kept up with it better and probably made more money, but I'm not complaining. I mean, the wait. What was nice about it was the wait wasn't long. Waiting 10 to 15 minutes when a line is 20 deep or something and you're chatting with people in the line and catching up and then you get your drink and you go, it's not instantaneous, but I don't think it needs to be when you're at an event with so many people and you're just excited to be there. But
10 minutes.
Obviously, you like to be slinging the drinks and that kind of thing.
And get a couple lines going at the same time. And so we had a costume contest with all the costumes there. We had 4 categories. That was a big hit.
Nice.
We had a group was My Chemical Romance, and for all you people that know the Emo Night stuff, we do the Black Parade. So we had My Chemical Romance there, and we did the Black Parade. And I said, well, you guys are going to lead it, because one of our regulars, George, always leads it, and he conducts the thing. So he was doing it on this side. He had a Freddy Krueger hand, and it was metal too, so it was like the real deal. So he was kind of doing it like this, and the band was up in the front doing the whole thing, and it was massive. Yeah, it was a massive hit. So the costume contest was in everybody through the night. How do I enter it? I'm like, you're already in it. Yeah, you don't have to sign.
Just
up.
Walk around.
Just
we
be
see
here.
you.
You're here. You're in it.
Yeah,
and it was hard. The group one I wanted to do, there were some Star Wars ones. Legends of Zelda was there. But the band, being Emo Night and being Halloween, and them, I mean, they committed. It was the whole thing with all of them red. It was great.
That's a fantastic choice for that particular
That was event. Good. I did get to play I played Thriller, and everybody tried to do the Thriller dance. Nice. And it was a good vibe. You guys ran out of the Dracula's Blood drink.
Pretty quickly.
Pre-made. Yeah. It was like 10 o'clock. And I was like, I don't get another one?
Yeah.
And making it.
We've
learned making drinks that are multiple stage drinks while it's packed like that is a bad idea.
Well,
that's why you pre-make them.
We pre-made it.
And that went out.
Yeah. And that's, it's funny with specialty cocktails when it comes to special events. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And so you don't want to pre-make too much. And so that was kind of my bad because we had done, it was one of the Fascination Street nights, and I came up with this cool drink that was like, it used activated charcoal to make it completely like black.
Oh, I remember
like
that one. It was
purple.
a good drink.
It was a good drink. I think we sold 11 of them.
Yeah, there weren't many.
It was like nobody bought it, and so they had pre-made enough for like 40, and we had a whole bunch left over, and had to dump it.
So
we tried to sell it even like the next day or two, but it was like it didn't make any sense outside of that context, and so we had to dump it. So I had enough for I think 40 this time, and I thought, well, this one will probably sell more because I think like the people will be into it, but I don't know. We were also doing Jello shots, and I'm like, I know those are going to be popular. I knew those would be popular.
There were only 40?
There were 40, enough for 40 of those drinks, and they went so quickly.
They made mine though, but they didn't use the batch before everybody got there because I was like, well, I had
because they had time. Yeah,
I had 6.
Okay.
I didn't. No, they were pre-made. They weren't pre-made.
That one, the pre-made.
They weren't batched.
The limiting factor there was that there was one ingredient, because otherwise they could have just kept making them. There was one ingredient that we don't normally carry in it,
right?
And that's the black cherry juice.
So when those things happen,
and I didn't buy more
because
it was
so good.
I don't want to have too much in the building because we don't have any other drinks with this. Although I probably now would use that in other drinks because it was very tasty.
You could rename that.
Yeah.
It was that good. Totally. You could name it like it was almost purple people eater, whatever you want to name it.
Yeah,
something that has to do with the arcade.
So
have it as a regular.
That
drink.
literally was the only limiting factor, was how much black cherry juice there was in the building, and there was like maybe this much of a jug, and then what the 40 excuse me, the 40 pre-made ones.
Oh,
so
yeah. So I've had this conversation with family recently about when you're going to do something, and is there going to be enough food? Is there going to be? And I'm like.
Right.
I don't care if we run out. I don't want there to be more.
Right.
Because then what do you do with the more? If we run out, everybody's going to be happy and they're going to get something else or something.
They sold out? Okay, I'll get something different.
Oh, they sold out? Damn, I should have got one earlier.
They're going to turn around and walk away from the bar? No, they're
going to get something else.
Yeah.
So not having, in my brain, does that equate? Like, does that, am I
100%
with you on that? Like, I would rather run out than have that jug and be like, well, I've got 30 of these drinks left. And now I have
what am I supposed to do? How am I going to move these? Right. Or
just
like we were talking about with the pumpkin beers, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like,
now I got to move it.
Let me mark this half off. Well, there goes all of my profit, right? Like all of it.
You dump a whole jug of pre-made, and now the profit from the other ones is out the window and you're breaking even on it. Where if you just don't make too much... Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Same thing happened with the Jello shots.
But it's hard to estimate,
I really wanted an apple one, thanks. Yeah. And you guys had me...
I knew
we have so many Jello shots, so I'm telling them, and I guess everybody went over and bought them, because by the time we had them, they didn't have any apple ones left.
And by the end of the night, they only had 20 of the red ones, and they sold them all the next day at the arcade. So we completely sold out. We made 175 Jello shots, and they all sold. So that was definitely an amazing. That was cool, and I think we kind of thought about that idea on the last episode. So it was cool to see it come to life a little bit. We were talking a little bit about,
and you did it with the syringes
that we could do. So
and they were the big ass syringes too. They weren't like this. They were like big.
So
I
think we'll probably do some type of like flavored Jello shot again for future things, because it was so. That's also very easy for a bartender, right?
What'd you do? What happened to the syringes? Did they turn them back in, or did they throw them away?
Some people throw them away. Some people turn them in, and we wash them. So we have a handful, but I would have to buy way more. So
I was just wondering, because that would go into the cost effect also.
Yeah, but on Amazon, those syringes were like $20 for 60, and then they're really cheap.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the cost of them is kind of built into the thing itself.
Yeah.
So,
that goes to. Like, okay, we sold out of the Dracula, we sold out of almost out of the shots. You made 175 of them. So you sold 150. There were only 125 left or so. So just those numbers will show you how big of a crowd it was.
Yeah.
And it was from 7:45 until midnight. Yeah. It was the whole time. So it was really good. I think the word about the venue and what we do in the last couple months has kicked up. The events
always help with that, right?
Right.
Somebody gets invited, they come to their first one, and it's so much more than they expected it to be. Mm-hmm. You know, in all the ways, in the games, the environment, the people, all of it. They're just sort of like, I want to live here. Right?
I want to be here for the next one.
Yeah.
When's the next?
Right.
That's the one I get every night at when we close. When's the next one? When's the next one? And I'm like, get on the socials. Because I always want them to see everything, right? And I'll tell them when mine is, but I say, look, get on the socials, whatever.
Speaking of which, I think we need to put the next Emo Night up on Facebook.
Yeah, because I didn't even know when it was. I told everybody.
Come on, DJ.
I told everybody it was in December, which was way wrong.
Well,
so we do have another one in November in like 3 weeks.
Right.
So wait, it's the night before Mixtape. Mm-hmm. That's how I know when it is. It's the night before Mixtape.
You got a 2 for that weekend.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, because we're gonna miss this weekend.
And Mixtape will be cool because that's an experiment that we're trying on a Saturday, karaoke adjacent. I would say, like we had tried before the Reclaim Voice thing, and that was decent success. This is something we tried to come up with of like, how can we do something? I'm fine calling it karaoke, but I don't want it to just be the same old karaoke. I don't want to become a karaoke bar.
Yeah, this one is, our karaoke is, I say this, it's a karaoke party. It isn't an event.
Right, yeah.
We dance, we sing. Everybody's involved. Like if I'm singing, like a lot of times I'll come out and give it to the person in the crowd, and that like it's participation. And Eric does a great job with the lights and the videos, and like it's an experience. So our karaoke is karaoke,
right?
But so we were trying to figure out how do we make another karaoke that people will come to, maybe not the same people, right? Get a different crowd, get different people. How do we make it a different type of event?
And we, the last time we did it, we restricted it to a genre, and that worked really well. We said just soundtracks,
movies,
TV shows, whatever. Like
so, it was all from Wicked and
all
Hamilton.
From film, yeah, pretty much.
The whole thing.
There was a lot.
I don't think there was any K-pop Demon Hunters at that time.
There was not.
It was before Kate, thank goodness.
That predates that for sure, or else there definitely would have been. But
going up. Sorry.
Lordy. But that limiting it to a genre worked really well. So we were talking about, could you make it like, could it be game show-esque? Not name that tune necessarily, but like, could there be a way to like, almost like a roulette, like spin the wheel, land on a song and have to sing it, which you almost have to limit to a genre because it can't just be anything, or that most people are gonna be like, I don't know that song. What are we doing right now?
Yeah, you couldn't randomize music.
Right.
Because, I mean, what the hell? You're going to get Whitney Houston, or you're going to get Bon Jovi, or you're going to get K-pop Demon Hunters.
I mean, if I got K-pop Demon Hunters, I'd be like, how do you even pronounce that? I don't know what this song is. Yeah. What are we talking about? And they'd be like, so what genre did we pick?
For this time?
Yes.
So it wasn't, I guess it's a genre. We went decade.
What limitation?
So the limitation was we went time frame. Mm-hmm. So instead of saying, okay, we're going to do movies, we went with 90s.
And really hits of the 90s, right? Like not just any 90s music, but we really looked at like the Billboard.
It was the top 100.
Like the top 100, literally in most cases, almost the top 10 year by year throughout the 90s. To look at what are those like one-hit wonders, like Tub Thumping or whatever, or like what were those songs that stayed on the charts all year long because they were just freaking, like amazing. So,
yeah, I mean, that's how we did the research, but that's what we came up with was let's stick to the 90s.
Yeah.
And then we thought, well, how are we going to make it not be just like, okay, well, somebody's going to come up and pick, I will walk 500 miles. Like you don't get to pick yours.
You don't get to pick it.
So
you only get to choose to sing.
The cool thing about it, Eric and I were standing there and he was saying, we were just bouncing ideas like you and I do. And he said something and I was like, oh, so it's like a mixtape. And it was just like, boom.
Yeah. Right.
Everything got real quiet and slowed down. And I was like,
that's exactly right. It's a mixtape.
It's a mixtape. So we're going to just do 90s, the best of the 90s, mixtape karaoke. So you sign up to sing. We do have a wheel.
Not getting a song. You're only getting your name. And when your name is, when your name comes up, you spin the wheel. And I think we're going to try to figure out some digital way to make that happen where they press a button and the projector screen kind of spins and does things, whatever. But
that's Eric.
And he'll figure that out.
He's got it. He's very confident he could do that.
I know. Mm-hmm. And I believe he will. And then it lands on the song. And then in the instance that they don't know it, we'll throw them a lifeline. Like they can pass it off to someone in the crowd.
Anybody, hey, does anybody want to sing this? And somebody raises their hand and they'll switch spots with them. So and
that person would then have the benefit of not getting a random song. They might get to be like, oh God, I know that one. Let me sing that one. And then I'm not afraid of whatever else might come.
Can you imagine if like that's the song you want to sing, somebody else has it, and they're like, "No, I'm not giving it to you." You jerk. But that's why they're there, though, right? Like everybody's there to figure out.
And there's a lot of good songs.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be interesting.
We released the A-side last week.
Released the A-side,
so we got
the first 18 songs, and then we'll do another 18. So there'll be 36 songs. We kind of figured with the math that will fit the night. And we're starting a little early. We're starting at 7.
7 to 10 now.
Yeah.
We normally go 8 to midnight.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is go 7 to 10.
A little earlier on a Saturday. Different crowd, again, can come out to do this.
And it allows us some time. If we don't get through all 36, we can go to 10:30 or 11. Like if we were 8 to midnight and we did it and it was at midnight, well, we didn't get through all the songs. That would suck.
Yeah.
So it allows us some time to continue afterwards. 7, I think we really nailed the potential on this one. I think everything that we've planned on this, from all of our experiences that we've talked about and that we've gone through, I think and it's been a slow roll too. It hasn't been like, I just throw it up against the wall and hope it sticks.
Right.
We have put this slowly together over a year or two.
Right.
I mean, talking about the voice, talking about how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? And I think this is, gosh, I really hope so. I guess I'm crossing your fingers. It's a really banging idea. When we released the idea, I think the graphics that we did were really good.
Yeah.
I think
your poster came out good.
We got some good feedback about like, oh, this is a great idea, and people were tagging other people to be like, hey, check this out, right? So it's a good sign. It's a different animal. Yeah. I think it'd be fun. So that's the 15th.
Yeah, so probably by the next podcast we'll have a report in, unless we did one next week, but usually we're about 2 weeks out.
We do one pre-Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Doing that Monday. And the emo night before that. Mm-hmm. So we'll report back and let you all know how that event went. You're not doing karaoke this Friday because we're headed out of town together. We do not have karaoke. Yeah, Eric's got to do this. The arcade has karaoke. Yeah. You don't have to. I don't have to do it because we're going on a trip. We're going to play pinball. In our favorite rocket ship. That's right. To our favorite spot. You can tell who has kids, right? Yeah. We're going to go to it's not the biggest, but it's a large one. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. I think it's the Flippers pinball tournament. Yeah, I think we've talked about it on previous podcasts, but for those who don't know, it's a gas station that has 75, 80 pinball machines in the back. It's insane. It's a massive collection. Yeah. All eras, they've got everything from old EMs to mids and moderns, and they used to have a Hercules. Yeah. Before the hurricane hit there, or the tornadoes, they used to have a Joust pinball cocktail, which is an incredibly rare game. Yeah. That's right. A hurricane hit and knocked some stuff out for a while there. Mm-hmm. But they've kind of rebuilt that side back and filled it back up with games, and it's a really cool place. And they put on this pinball bash. It's once a year in November. Big tournament. It'll last Friday through Sunday. So Friday and Saturday qualifying, and Friday through Saturday. Come on, you made finals last year, so you win till Sunday. I won. You won. I didn't make the finals. I won the beef. I should go get my trophy. I told Tucker I'm going to walk in with my trophy this year. Sure. Just walk in and set it down. Yeah. It was Jaws themed last year. Mm-hmm. So my trophy is a light up Jaws. Nice. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. That was a fluke. I'm not doing that. I'm not going in with any expectation of doing well, but it is fun. No. It's an interesting format that we don't get to play much around here because it's a format called Best Game. And those long tournaments and Best Game type tournaments that go qualifying over multiple days, we don't have opportunities to run big tournaments like that. Right. And so it's interesting that people show up too, because it's a multiple day and it's this format, but it's packed. I've known people that fly in for it, so it's big enough that people come from Florida, Pennsylvania. So yeah. So it'll be really interesting to see who shows up in terms of the heavy hitters of pinball. Yeah, I know Elliot Keith was there last year. I know in years past he wasn't last year, but Eric Stone was there, who's an amazing player. He's in Northern Virginia. Right? Matt Richardson made it to the finals and very far in it, I believe. If not, did he win?
the whole thing. I can't remember who ended up winning last year, but
you know way more.
There's a lot of really fantastic players, and they'll come to this. So
I'm just glad that a lot of the top players from our area aren't going, so that I don't have to watch their scores blow up and be like,
man, we got some heavy hitters. Shout out Lauren Cooley kicking my butt last Wednesday at the Maltese tournament. I went in Scooby-Doo. Ball 1, I put up 40 million. And I'm like, yeah, look at me. Like,
I've never scored 40 million on that.
I always feel good. And she even said, like, I'll get you tomorrow, because the Thursday was our pinball tournament. And she steps right back up to that because she was player 2. And doesn't really, I think she put up like 10 million or something, and it was like whatever. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're not catching me. Ball 2, I didn't have much of anything, and then she comes back and puts 50 million on that game on ball 2, and I was like, are you kidding me? She got every single multi-ball. She did modes. She did all the things. I was just like, what a beast. That is
drain the ball.
I know.
Drain it.
And so then, and then I get in my head and I'd have a bad ball 3, because then I'm like, I can't come back from that. Whereas she did not get in her head. She clearly thought, I can come back from this. So
is she going to flippers, do you know?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, sweet. She's my nemesis.
Yeah.
You know this from
amazing.
The tournament.
And she's only been playing like a year. So that's what's even more frustrating.
It's been 2 years now.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's great. Like, she has gotten so much better. This is what happens when I play against Cooley. Every time I play at the arcade, we are on the cut line to get into the finals. I do this every month with her. It's like a thing now.
Right.
And I'll beat her in the regular. I did it last Thursday. I beat her in the regular, match play, the first 5 rounds. When we get to the play-in game, let's like win or go home, she wins. I've never beaten her in one of those games. Ever. We both got beat by Leland once. Leland beat us on Iron Maiden one time. And I had a huge lead. I can't do it.
Leland won the whole tournament last Thursday.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if he's going to go down. See, that's the thing. Yeah. I wonder. And the format is really cool. So they released the game list today. 15 games.
15 games.
I thought it was pretty cool.
You're playing single-player games.
It is what it is.
Format, you're not playing against other people. And that is kind of a downside of the format, I think. In some ways, you're not going to get to watch other people play and learn from them unless you're kind of like oddly trying to peer over their shoulder, but it's too tight for that. So
that's what I do.
I mean, you could try, but
I'm on Pin Tips. I'm on what's that guy's name? Bob's Tips.
Yeah, Bob's
I'm on Bob's page.
Yeah,
all day. But then so you play a single. You just play your game and you get your best score. 15 machines. Your 9 best scores go, and then that's what qualifies you in the A or the B.
And in years past, or at least in our experience from 1 year of history, but I think in most years, it was unlimited qualifying. So you could play games as much as you wanted. Now, with only 15 games, and I don't know, were there 120 people last year, somewhere thereabouts?
I don't know.
The queue times get quite long. So even if you wanted to go, I'll play this again, you're going to the back of the line and you might wait 20, 25 minutes, depending on the game. As it gets closer to the deadline, those queue times go up on all the games because everybody's trying to get their last games in. So there can be a wait period there, but it was unlimited qualifying. This year, 60 games. Not unlimited, 60 games. So with 15 pins, that's 4 opportunities.
It's only 4 per.
4 per. Or you could decide not going for that one at all.
These are my 9.
Not touching that. These are my 9.
These are my 9.
You get a couple extra games in on those 9 machines, but all 9 of those count towards your score.
What would that be? 6? 6? Then?
It's like 6.
7?
It's 6 2/3.
6, 7?
Yeah. Jesus.
Sorry.
Unreal. I refuse to engage with that nonsense, that chicanery
we have to stop
that
now.
These youngsters have brought on us.
I have an 11-year-old daughter, and everything we do, every time we say the word 6, she says 7. So it's not like I don't. It's like, what time do we have to leave? 6 o'clock? 6, 7?
My daughter would tell me I'm being cringe if I were to even utter such things.
Oh, no. Ours embrace it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. My daughter's 15. She just rolls her eyes. It looks like she wants to stab her eyes out.
Tuckle, he's all right. He'll say it. Yeah, Dad, that's right. 6, 7. 6, 7. I think. Am I using that right? There was another one the other day I'd never heard. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, let's talk about flippers. So 2 days, and then finals is on Sunday.
2 full days. I mean, it's like it starts at noon on Friday and goes till 9 or 10, and then Saturday is like 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
10 to 9. So I have a question.
It is long.
Chad did this. He's gonna, and we thought about doing it last year, but then we were like, we're not going to do that because the entries are limited. But I'm still thinking about doing it, and there are multiple reasons I'm thinking about doing it. But if you volunteer time to be a scorekeeper, you can come in early on Saturday when only the scorekeepers are allowed to be in there.
8:30 to 10 a.m.
8:30 to 10. Now, I don't know if I'm
only the scorekeepers would be allowed to play the games.
Yeah.
And I think they throw other goodies at you. They give you tokens for the games. They do a bunch of other nice things because they need scorekeepers.
Because they need scorekeepers.
That's the way you run a tournament like this.
So I think maybe I would do it like... So he signed up for the very first one. 12 to...
The second one. 12 to 2. There's a 10 to 12. It opens at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So there's 2-hour time slots.
But is he doing the Saturday one?
He's doing Saturday.
Oh, I thought he was doing when we get there on Friday.
No, he's doing Saturday. But if you
do
2
hours?
Even if you do it on Saturday, you can still come early on Saturday.
I thought it was only 1 hour.
It's 2 hours. I'm telling you, that's why it makes it a little tricky, right? Because it's 2 hours to get an hour and a half of extra playtime.
And it's early in the morning.
It is, but, but it's not many people, right? I think when I counted, it was like 30, 35 scorekeepers. So you think
30 people on 15 games is pretty good. You're never waiting.
Right.
You just roll with it.
Just re-queue.
Yeah. But you don't get unlimited queues. So you can't just re-queue on Beatles 18 times.
This isn't practice. This counts. Right?
Yeah, like you can't be like, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I was going to do it so that I could get out of there earlier because we're going down for Tucker's birthday weekend. So if I use up all my 60 on Saturday, I'm like, well, I'm done at 4.
Gotcha.
I'm just done.
Yeah.
So maybe I do it to get done earlier so that we can do, because shoot, that's a long time. 9 o'clock both times. We'll have to figure it out. Yeah. We'll see. We stayed till the very end last year, but we did take a break and got some dinner and kind of then went back. Yeah, we went out with everybody and then came back. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. The other interesting note is we're like, oh man, only 60. I went back just out of curiosity and I only played 57 games. And I thought I was like going nonstop. No, I did just say we left for a little bit and that kind of thing. I got 62 though. The queue times do get long as Saturday rolls on. I think it also obviously depends. I could have re-queued a whole lot on Flash Gordon. That moved pretty quickly. But those modern games, and it's a whole mix of eras. Mm-hmm. The modern games will play a little bit longer depending on the game. I think Jaws was there, and people were putting up monster scores on that. So I don't think I even played Jaws. If you're waiting in line for it, good luck. It's going to take forever. You had that monster game on John Wick. So I played Wick once. I'll never forget, dude. I'm playing and I got the lights out thing, and I didn't even know what it was. I thought I broke the game. I was like. And after ball 1, I just turned around and looked at you, and I was like, yeah. And I killed it. I ended up being top 5 on that, and I only played it one time. So knock on wood, if you can go and do that and be like, yeah. Well, this format, definitely is one where you got to be able to do that more than once to have any shot at it. So we'll see. It should be a fun time. There's a little strategy to how. A little strategy, but there's a whole lot. A game that is on the list is the new Star Wars. Yeah. That really surprised me. Haven't played it whatsoever, so I'm going in blind there. How? You know how many videos I'm going to have to watch? I've never even touched it. Yeah, I mean, with something like that, I'm just staying alive. I don't know why they would put it in such a new game. Why put it in? Probably to highlight it, that they have it, I don't give a rat's ass. It's a tournament. I put it in the practice, and I'll put some coins in between rounds. You know what pins they don't have? They have them there, but they don't put them in tournaments. It's Jersey Jack pins. None. Not a single one. We can play that whenever. Yeah, it's true. We can do that. Elton John was in it last year. That's a good point. Yeah, and that played really long because people were, and there was an issue. There was an issue with the scoring, and they were some switch issue that they fixed overnight. But the problem is
you can't fix something without wiping out the scores. And I don't mean that on a technical sense. I mean that from like a what's fair and not. You've made the game different, and so everybody
right. You can't modify the game.
You can't modify a game and have previous scores count. So we came back the next day to Elton John 2, and everything was brand new in terms of like you had to go. Even if you had a monster score on it yesterday, none of that mattered. So
what would they do?
Maybe that's why they were afraid to put Jersey Jack games in there.
What would they do if that happened this year with limited?
They have really good. They have really good technicians. And
oh my gosh, the techs are amazing. I mean, the techs are off the charts good.
Yeah,
and there's 3 of them.
Right,
like they're there all the time. They're good. So it'll be that was a good one.
Yeah. So, but. Yeah, a lot of interesting games, a lot of old school ones. Like
they have Medieval Madness.
Medieval Madness remake.
And it's the Merlin edition. They got a new one? What do they do with the old one? I could use another pinball game. And that's my favorite game. I love that game.
Well, they've got 8-Ball Deluxe in there, Frontier.
I played 8-Ball Deluxe last year in the B finals.
Hot Doggin', I don't know much about that one.
That's the one with the guy on the skis on the back box.
Yeah.
He's like jumping. I would think it would be like having to do with like a carnival or something. Yeah. Nah, it's about skiing.
Paragon, which is yikes. That one's going to be tough.
It's a stupid game. I almost bought that game once.
Yeah.
It was way back in the day.
It'll be interesting. Last year I saw Labyrinth on the list and I was like, oh, I know Labyrinth. I could do well in Labyrinth. Nobody did well in Labyrinth. It was set up so hard. It is a difficult game anyway, and they have all the ball saves turned off. They have set them steep. Everything you can do to make them hard, they do. So, because they want the queue times to move along as well.
Yeah, I mean, normal big tournaments, even your tournaments, or when we do the DMV Cup or when we do the Labor Day.
Especially when you have like master players coming from out of state that are
rubbers off the post,
all the things
wide open,
right?
No ball save at all. Multi balls are super hard to get. I mean, you really take it to another level where, like, look, you're going to have a quick game or you're going to blow it up.
Right.
It's like one or the other. It's not like, It's like, oh, I'm doing really good.
It's tough, too, in this format because you go on day one, you put up some scores, and you're like, all right, I'm not too bad. I'm kind of middle of the pack or whatever. You come back the next day. And like, let's say you leave an hour before they close or whatever, and you come back the next day in the morning, and suddenly your score's, like, going way down really quickly because, like, now other people are all playing that are much better than you, and they didn't play your games yesterday, and so none of their scores were bumping yours down at all, and now they go and play your game and knock you, and that person plays your game and knocks you, and all this, and they put up monster scores on these games, and suddenly what you thought was average was actually below average.
I would like to see...
What you thought might be good was absolutely not anywhere close to being good enough, and so
you're like
fighting on Saturday to be like, what can I do to maybe get into B or something. And
I did that on Game of Thrones last year.
Yeah.
I sat on Game of Thrones for an hour. And nobody was queuing up. It was like me and 3 other guys. So I would just like get back in the queue and I would go play something else.
Think that's going to be my strategy.
I could not score.
To an extent, right? Like, I mean, obviously there's like diminishing returns at some point. But especially like for some of those old school EMs and stuff, I could see myself just re-queuing on it and going again, re-queue, go on it again until I get a score that I feel fairly confident in. I like that strategy because you get the feel for that game. Yeah.
You get the feel for those flippers, for those shots. Like, all right, I got to remember that shot's a little bit later.
You're not jumping from an EM to a modern, and then like everything's different, the speed is different and all that, and then going back to a DMD or something like. Yeah, you stay focused on the game you're trying to put up a score on. So.
And the good thing is it's a one-player game, so you can't like pull somebody, you can't shoot somebody else's ball.
That is good. Who would do that?
So that would be somebody like you'd really have to be not paying attention, or just like completely zoned in and totally paying attention.
Yeah,
or just really,
especially if you were like to make it all the way to the finals.
If you were like to get there,
like a major tournament, that would be,
and then like actually have a chance to like move on in that round too. Like,
I'd probably stop playing pinball if that happened to me. Oh man, everybody does something. Maybe not that particular thing, but everybody has pinball brain on occasion. But we should talk about that beauty behind us, actually.
That one?
Yeah. I know everybody's been looking over our shoulders and not even listening to us, and if you're listening to the audio podcast, well, you're really missing out. because we have a beautiful Jersey Jack Harry Potter right
nice.
behind us.
It's arcade edition.
It's arcade edition, but it wouldn't look it.
Yeah, you wouldn't know by.
You like all the fancy stuff. Like, you like to mod out your games. I've noticed
I
that.
do. I've done it, like, when I had a car. I started with, I had a show car, so I got a car, and then it just turned into, like, this thing. And I got sponsors and went to car shows and did that. I've always done that. My bike, when I was a kid, I put, like, discs on it. And
you would bring me mods for my games.
and you would
and
be
then
like,
they would break.
No, I'm not modding it because it breaks, right?
No, you'd go, let's put this flipper toppers. I'd be like, oh, cool. And then the game would be turned off next week, and I'd look, and it'd be because the flippers are like, the flipper toppers stuck in the trough, and they couldn't get it out or something, and I'd be like...
You learned. I learned, too. People ask you all the time, I'm like, he's not going to mod it.
No.
Like, what are you going to put in it? Nothing.
Closest thing I came to was we put Cactus Canyon 2.0. That's not even really a mod; it's official.
No,
right?
it's like a whole update.
It's a whole on mech.
Yeah. Well, you put the Hoth cannon in Star Wars.
Pretty sure it fell off.
Oh, it didn't.
Go back and look.
The AT-AT might have.
The AT-AT. That's not what you're talking about?
No, it's a little white cannon that glows.
Oh. I don't even know.
That's screwed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to fall off.
Gotcha. Yeah, the AT-AT was the pressed on thing. And I think that's the problem I feel with a lot of mods is they're 3D printed junk that isn't set up to be secure. And that doesn't matter in a home environment because people aren't moving your games a whole lot and doing a whole lot to it. And you can always finagle and do stuff. But all the super glue in the world is not going to hold together in a location like mine.
Your Addams Family.
Yeah. The Uncle Fester.
The chair. Yeah. Like, that doesn't stay.
No.
We had him seatbelted in with tape. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't put mods in an arcade.
No.
But in a home environment...
Except for, like, some tasteful things. So, like, one of the things I've noticed is you have mirror blades in this, and we put that in World Cup Soccer. They look great.
Yeah. Like, mirror blades on that game.
Yeah.
Mirror blades, I like art blades.
Yeah.
I like putting, because it brings the world together, right? Like, it gives you more. But with games that are... I don't know, shiny, or games that are like the lighting is really, really good. Did it in Star Wars too, in the mirror blade. That's when I was like, wow, mirror blades are cool.
Just kind of opens it up.
Yeah, but then with my Indiana Jones, I put the art, and it matched perfectly. Yeah, and those were my favorite. And
Indiana Jones is a wide body, so you don't need to open it up even more, or else it's gonna feel weird.
Well, and it was weird too because like it had the Path of Adventure on the left, and it had the ruins on the right. Yeah. And the mirror, they're covered up.
Right.
So what is it going to reflect, right? Yeah. So the art blades that I chose, right? GNR, I was going to put mirrors in, but I didn't. I put the holographic art. So I go back and forth. Yeah. But mirror blades for me, or blades, are something that's I do that. Yeah.
So what all have you updated? So you got the arcade version.
I powder coated it.
You got it powder coated, and I think amazing. People can maybe kind of see that that's not a black.
Let me see if I can
powder coat.
If this isn't gonna fly out. The glass isn't gonna fly out. There you go.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
See if you can catch that on the light.
Oh baby, look at that.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, for sure. So it's got that yellow, green,
there's the
red.
Green.
I mean, look at that shot. I mean, so beautiful. And you got all of it done. The coin door,
the legs, the hinges, the coin door,
bolts for the legs. Like, you got it all. So
the shooter rod plate, everything that was metal that I could do, that he would do.
And then I could, obviously, speaking of the shooter rod, I can see this.
Oh, got the shooter rod. Yep. Mirror blades. I got my little wizard magnet down here that it's 3D.
That just goes over the dollar bill acceptor plate?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was an Amazon special.
You got plastic protectors.
I did. They're cool. They're color coordinated. So like the right's green, the left's...
And that didn't come with the game. That was something that you...
No, that came... Well, it came with the game when I got it. Matt had already purchased them.
Bought that mod, right.
The shooter rod, we said, that might be it.
Did the flipper toppers already come with the game?
Yes, they were on it, and the different colored bands came with it, so I had to put those on too.
So there's some fun mods.
But they came with it.
They came with the game. That's kind of fun.
Yep. So. This is the only time since I had a pinball machine that I've only had one.
I was gonna say, yeah, I wanted to actually spend a little bit of time, and we're only about 45 minutes in, so we got a little bit of time here. So I would imagine like some people listening to this might have games in their house, but that definitely was, and I think still is arguably more rare than people coming to like Reclaim Arcade and playing the games.
I would think
When
so.
did you get your first game? And was it pinball? Was it arcade? I mean, you've got a little man cave situation going on down here, and
I got enough room.
And I know
I think we
at
fit
one
four
point
in
I've been down here when you had like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when did that all start, and what kind of prompted you to do that?
It was COVID.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We moved into this house and COVID started, and I don't know what prompted it. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But I remember sitting upstairs on the computer like, I remember playing pinball when I was younger. I want to try to do that. Let's see what's up. So I looked it up. Maltese had it. That's where I met you.
Right. At the pinball tournament.
At the pinball tournament.
And ironically, I believe at that time I was going there to be like, what's this whole pinball thing about? Because I'm opening an arcade and we probably need to have pinball machines. But I don't know anything about pinball. So we were kind of in a similar spot, I think, in terms
Dale had Getaway there, and I had played that when I was a kid.
Okay.
My grandparents had like a timeshare at a lake, and that was in the billiard hall. That was in like the rec center was Getaway, and I would play it and play it, and I was like, man, this is great. So that was my first pin. I remember packing it up. Dale helped me to get it out of there. I put it over there in the corner, and that was it. That was the first one. Then, yeah, that was 2020, I think. It's only been 5 years. No. 20.
The arcade's only 5 years
2019.
old.
So, yeah, maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
And then played the mess out of that. I broke it the first 24 hours I had it. I lifted it and it broke a wire on the shifter.
It's like a rite of passage, right? For owning pinball is like, oh, now something's broken.
Yeah. And as soon as I got it, I did it. But so I had to trace wires, and that was my first, like...
Were you like regretting your decisions, or were you just...
No, I loved playing because you could still do it with the flipper button. Like you could still... but I couldn't shift during any of the stuff. So I could play the video mode on slow because I can't shift up and down. I couldn't shift gears to get the... So I think I talked to you and Dale and Mike and like just trace wires. And I found one green wire that wasn't connected to the shifter. And I was like, it took 2 weeks. 2 weeks of... And I still to this day, I hate chasing wires. I hate it.
But you would probably be like, the shifter's not working. Let me look at the wires attached to it and fix it immediately. Whereas you don't know where to start with.
When I started, I was like, I don't even know where to look. And now I would be like, well, that's not working. Let's look at that.
Well, and I feel like it was an interesting time for pinball because the value on games was going up over time, not down.
Oh, I got into it at the right time.
I think so, right?
I mean, I remember Dale, I don't know what the number was, but he said, I'll sell it to you for what I bought it. I won't charge you a penny more.
Right.
And that's what it was. I really don't remember. It might have been like $2,400, $2,500. And I was like, cool. You know what? I think it was 26 because I sold it for 4.
Yeah.
And the guy came and picked it up. And it was a few months. Yeah, in a home environment.
Well, and that was the thing with COVID. I mean, everybody was doing what you were doing. They put games in their house. They wanted to get games. Yeah. And suddenly your market for people wanting games was way bigger than it was before. And people weren't going on vacations. They had money to spend.
Yeah, their vacation money was becoming their...
Hey, maybe my vacation is in my basement with a new pinball machine. Yeah. So here, I'll give you thousands of dollars for that thing. That becomes very reasonable, whereas it was never something anyone would have even thought about doing before. Right. They're like, what else am I going to do with this money? We are literally trapped in our house. So
I can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Am I going to invest it? Is this ever going to... And at that time, we didn't know if COVID was ever going to be
So you
over.
kind of like, you upgraded. You moved from Getaway to Star Trek?
I flipped games for like
Stern
4
Star
years.
Trek, yeah.
I went to Stern Star Trek next. And I can remember going to Mom's for work. And I played Star Trek and I was like, this is a great game. But I also played Guardians of the Galaxy and I was like, well, this is also a great game. And Star Trek came across first at a good price, so I got that.
Yeah.
And then you got Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like, well, that's good. And Star Trek it's very ironic. Getaway was Madeline's favorite game ever. Mm-hmm. If you ever say what game she'll say Getaway again.
Really?
If you ask Tucker, it was Star Trek. Mm-hmm. So my first 2 games were their favorite games.
Yeah.
Like all time, that's what they want. If you ask Tucker, he's like, yeah, get Star Trek. That's why I send you Star Trek all the time.
Because you want me to get it.
Yeah. So that I don't have to. And then did I get Tales of the Arabian Nights next from Bayless and still had Star Trek?
I believe so.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Because I picked that up, and then I got Guns N' Roses after Star Trek. And I kept Guns N' Roses was here for a long time. I really like that game. I missed that game.
You might have already swapped out Star Trek for Guns N' Roses before,
and then
you got Tales in, and so was GNR and Tales were here, and then
that was the at that time. That was the time. So then
you had 2 because now you had some money to throw in, and
again it was COVID, and
you were cleaning it up for Bayless, and you made a deal with you, and you were able to do that,
that was when Aaron got diagnosed with cancer, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I can't bring anything home.
Right.
So Bayless was like, yeah. So I started cleaning it up, and then he was like, "What do you just want? I'm just going to buy it from you." And he gave me a deal, and I was like, yeah, done. But it was my first complete shop job.
Yeah.
So when you have games at home, we call it pin tinkering. Like you come down and you fix all of the little things to make sure that they're perfect. When they're in the arcade, you're like, does it work?
Right.
Great. Like, okay, do the flippers work? Yes. Do all the things work? Yes. When they're here, I'm a perfectionist with them, mm-hmm. and I like to mod them out. So, but with Tales, like it sat right there open for like 2 or 3 weeks because it smelled like smoke.
Right.
Bayless, we love Bayless.
Mm-hmm.
Bayless smokes a lot.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whew. So but I took the whole playfield out, took all the ramps, took all the wire forms. Like it was a complete shop job. It's the first time I did all the lights in a game. And it cleaned up beautifully. Mm-hmm. It was really good.
Yeah.
And it's a classic game. It's so much fun. It really is.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 now, and
a good Tales was and still is worth quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Like that's
mm-hmm.
a title that doesn't come up for sale that often.
Yep.
And again, these are COVID prices going around. So
and they're going up, right? Like everything I'm getting buying low,
and
flipping high.
Right. And I also feel like Tales is a game that it's fun to play, and then you get through it, and you're like, it doesn't have like much lasting
There's
power.
not staying power in it. It's
very
very linear and very shallow.
Yeah.
Collect all the gems, beat the genie.
It's fun and it's beautiful.
Fly across the DMD.
It's easy to move on.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Right. So it was not a year. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even maybe 6 months because I was just like, nah,
yeah,
I can't keep this forever. Like it's not fun anymore. It was great. Like, it's a good game. So then I upgraded to Star Wars. It was also the first time I shipped a pin.
Really?
Which was super nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, how do
I've only done it once, and it was nerve-wracking.
How do you do the escrow? Like, when do you pay? When do I pay? How do we pay? Like, do we do this at the same time? And then just...
I remember, I FaceTimed the guy while they were taking it onto the truck.
Yes.
So he could see, and
take pictures and, send the receipts and all the things. Yeah. So we did it, I think it was Illinois, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I got Star Trek Premium, or Star Wars Premium, just big Star Wars fans. And modded the mess out of that. I mean, we put, the TIE fighters and the X-Wings coming down the ramp, we choreographed them so they looked like they were flying down, and a speeder bike. I just had a memory pop up on Facebook. I had the speeder bike. I totally forgot about that in the shooter lane. Uh-huh. It was going up this way, and the mirror blades, and it had white powder coat. The whole thing was white powder coated. So it was absolutely gorgeous. It was really, really nice. And then so I still had 2. Then I went to Hobbit. I sold that and got Hobbit. Mm-hmm. And Hobbit already had a lot of things in it. I don't know if I put any mods in Hobbit.
No. I mean, it was already really beautiful. I think you...
Yeah. But it was gorgeous. It had art blades.
You 3D printed a cup holder, right?
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah. I still have the cup holder.
I couldn't get the things. But yeah, I mean, I painted it. It looked really nice.
Right.
Dabble in that. And so Hobbit was
That's your second Jersey Jack, and now this is your third? So you're a big JJP fan.
I am. And I'm a big Eric fan. I really like GNR. I know I'm in the minority. I understand. I know. But I'm a huge GNR fan.
Yeah.
I remember playing GNR for the first time at Ocelot. And I was like, they got a GNR. I'm traveling for work, and I played it, and I got to start a song, and I got Guns N' Roses, and I was like,
yeah.
And I got tingles, like I got goosebumps, and it was up loud. I'm like, I've got to get one of these. So I ended up trading that, but Hobbit was definitely an adventure of a game.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things I learned from Tales of the Arabian Nights is that a home game can't be shallow if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna keep it, it can't be like, here, this is how you do it, and you win and you move on. And I'm not the best at pinball, but
we were talking about one of the games that's going to be at that Flippers is Monster Bash. And as much as I think Monster Bash is probably the most accessible pin for non-pinball people to understand why pinball can be fun, as soon as you understand it, you're like, and that's all there is.
And I'm back to the beginning.
In one night, you can do that as a good pinball player. Mm-hmm. And so it's fun, and it's a fun theme, and the music, and it's great. And then you're like, there's nothing else to this? Okay.
Well, that's what I did with Tales.
So,
that's like Tales of Arabian Nights. Right. And it is. I mean, the lamp spins, and there are different ways to go about it. But if you're just trying to, I'm going to get as far as I can, it's not really. But I think what happened was like I really dove into pinball. Like I got Getaway, and I was like, man, I got the bug. And everybody says that. As soon as you get one, you're going to get two. And it wasn't very long.
Yeah.
And I had another one. But you're constantly going to play and then meeting more people. And you're looking at the market, like, where can I get this? And then you're finding out, like, well, holy cow, in my hometown, everybody seems to have these and you get into the community.
Yeah.
And then you realize, well, it's not that big. It's not. But the more you get into it, the more you realize there are options and you can get things in your house. If you can, right? You know what I mean? Like, I got lucky, and every time I did it, I moved up, and I moved up, and I moved up. Hobbit.
Which I think was at least in part due to the time period in which you were doing it, because that's very hard to do now.
For sure. Yeah.
I just saw, just today, somebody was selling the Legends of Valhalla for $4,600, and I was like, what a steal. I mean, it's just crazy to see.
Was it the deluxe?
It was the deluxe edition of Legends of Valhalla for $4,600.
That would be just amazing.
I mean, you know, the pinball prices for most games. I mean, there are obviously some that are still coveted. If you own an Evil Dead, like you're sitting on a gold mine because people want them so bad right now. That might change a year from now.
Sure.
Everybody's got theirs, and maybe they decide they don't like it or whatever the case may be. But you know, there are some waves that this goes on. But in general.
I rode the wave. I was very careful about what, like, no, I'm not going to buy that. Like, no, I'm not going to do that, you know, and I don't.
And if you do it slowly, it's not so bad to be like, well, maybe, you know, I throw an extra $1,000 on and I can get this, you know, it's still a bump up. Right. Now I've moved up $2,000 or $3,000 in value for only $1,000, you know.
And that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think by the time I had gotten to Hobbit, I had two machines. I was pretty much even at Guns N' Roses. Mm-hmm. I had flipped a couple to where when I got, but I knew that was my end game. Like when I get to this one, that's what I want.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Right.
And then the other ones, I had equity in all of them, all the way up through Hobbit.
Sure.
Even when I was at Hobbit, I think I had only spent eight or nine, and I sold it for $10,500. And then I know. It's a funny story. One of my end games, my grails was Hobbit and then Indiana Jones. I sold Indiana Jones in Northern Virginia, and I knew a guy had it listed, but he had taken it down. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll find another one, because that was my goal.
Yeah.
On the way back down, I stopped somewhere, like I was getting gas or something, and I looked, and he relisted it, but I was all the way back down here already.
Oh man!
So I tell you, I'm like, hey. Is it available? And he was like, yeah. Like, why did you take it? I said, I'll come back up tomorrow. I have cash. So I drove all the way back up to Northern Virginia the next day and picked up Indiana Jones and brought that back down. And I did a whole, I took the whole thing apart.
Sure.
And even the playfield, the Path of Adventure. Mm-hmm. So I learned about that mech. And that, like, in a home, you really do, you learn a little bit each time, right? Like, oh, that's what this is. And, oh, then, you know, you've got it propped up against the back box and you're looking at all the boards and all the lights and you learn the best way to do those things. And I've learned how to solder.
And different eras. I mean, you know.
Oh gosh, if you looked at the bottom, this is all circuit boards.
Sure.
Everything is there's none of the like push and twists and the sockets and the beep boops and it's all circuit boards.
So you've had DFDs in here, you've had moderns. When I first got Space Invaders, we brought that in here, solid state. So, which you still love.
Love that game.
So
I babied that game too. That was good. That's the other thing is I've
often brought when a game leaves the arcade many times, just recently now with Jurassic Park,
didn't even have to unpack it.
It comes here and you give it the once over, clean it up, or in that case you didn't even have to unpack it. Somebody wanted it immediately.
He was like, "How about $200 off?" And I don't unpack it. And I was like, "I'm not touching it. You come get it." I didn't he took I owe you a strap and a blanket because I literally didn't touch it. You know what I mean? But no, and I think when you get into that too, like you're keeping games over time, right? Like one of our buddies is like every week.
You're right.
I'm out. I got a new game. That's how I got Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's like some people are different, right? Like they the change is fun for them, and then other people are like bolted to the floor. My thing never changes at all. Yep. It would take something massive. They maybe move a game once a year and once every other year.
That's kind of where I'm
at all. I mean, there's some people who've been collecting for 20, 30 years, and it's like, how did you build this massive collection? It's like they never get rid of it.
I don't get rid of it.
Yeah.
I have an HUO. I'm the original owner, and it's from like the 96.
Right, yeah.
It's like a T2.
Yeah, they paid almost nothing for it because that's what it was, what pinball
See, and
was
I don't think
for.
I'll ever do that.
Yeah.
Because I want to use them. The reason I got rid of GNR, which it is what it is. I didn't play it anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, but what game... I don't know if you remember this. I couldn't find a game that I wanted as bad for my base. It's not like I'm going to the arcade and I'm going to play it a couple times and I'm going to leave and I come back and it's something that has to last. So I ended up trading it for James Bond, which was good.
It was good.
And it was a Promium. Yeah. I mean, it was powder coated, black mirror blades, which were weird and cool. Had the mod out of the kick out that went to the flipper, which everybody thought was cheating.
Yeah, Bond's great. It grew on me.
The code was great, but it fit well in my house, in a home, because it was deep and you could do the things and you could play it a long time or just come down and shoot around on it and learn it.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure as long as I've known you, Harry Potter has been like your dream theme.
Yeah, Harry Potter's been one of
you've been talking about it forever, and then when it was finally confirmed that of all the companies, Jersey Jack has the license and they're doing it.
And it was Eric.
And that it was Eric, right?
Yeah. So I have Eric's signature on.
Eric is the designer of Guns N' Roses. Yeah. So that you have that going for you.
Yeah.
And
it was,
So did it exceed your expectations? I mean...
I love it.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Harry Potter is everybody wanted it to be what they wanted it to be.
The expectations were through the roof because you're talking literal magic, right? Like, I mean,
and
how do you put that in a box of, well, it's still going to be a pinball machine. Like, things aren't actually going to literally be flying around in there. Something's got to give.
Right.
But how can you make it feel like magic?
How can you make it feel like you're not always in control, but you can make it be and how do you put, all of the assets. So when they said, we have everything, right? Well, then the expectations were even more. These expectations or those expectations.
This is in Toy Story 4, right?
We don't get sporky.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So it was, I went in with a completely open mind because I knew Eric was doing it. Sure. And I just was like, if a game is going in my house, that's going to be a game that's going to get in my house. Yeah. That's something that, and it is weird because it's the only one I have now.
Right.
And it's been since Getaway that I only had, or Star Trek, that I only had one, but it's worth it right now.
I feel like that won't last long.
I think
this will start filling out.
I hope. I hope everything gets back on track and I can get back to I don't know. I don't know what it would be. I don't know.
Right.
We just have to see like a Valhalla. If I could get enough change to get a Valhalla. But I also think like Valhalla is very simple.
Sure.
I don't know how long it will last.
Yeah.
So like, meh. But I think once you get them in your house, it is a bug. It's like well, maybe I want another one.
Yeah.
Maybe, and you always want people. I always find like, hey, you want to go check it out? You want to go check it out?
Right.
People I know don't want to see it.
And you have the benefit of you've got games at Maltese, you've got games at Reclaim Arcade, so you don't really want the duplication there. It's kind of rare that people want in their house the same game that they can go and play when they're out.
Yeah.
So,
we have that conversation a lot.
Yeah.
When you got Star Wars, I was like, whatever.
Guess I'm getting rid of my Star Wars now. Yeah.
Well, and you had GNR when I had GNR.
Right.
But I had the better version. I had the SE version. The SE is the way better internet. I'm not lying.
Spoiler alert. Neither of them are great.
It was the lesser of the evils. That's not true either. Sorry.
Neither of them are
That's
good.
not true either. It's like fun. It's fun.
We'll have a whole bonus episode where Collins just like defends Guns N' Roses to the masses.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We have to have a time limit though, because we would have to have a time limit. Because we would go on about it the whole time. But I think what's really cool is once I did this and I've had them in for a while, it's almost like you kind of have to earn the respect of the other people that have been in here for 20, like Dale's been collecting for 25, 30 years, right? Mike's the same way. Grover, he's storage units, right? So you kind of get the respect of them, or you have a buddy that does it and you're like, hey, can you put this in your room? And then you help them out. So, and the trade-off is most of the time you get to play them. And I like to tinker around with them. I like to make them look better. Yeah. I can remember we got World Cup Soccer. Mm-hmm. It was like as dark as this table.
Yeah.
And I started scrubbing and it was like, oh, this is going to be nice.
Yeah.
And I took all the things off and I waxed the ramps down. And what was the one that I just did that I put the ramps in the dishwasher? It worked perfect.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I took them all off. I was like, I'm going to put these in the dishwasher.
Gilligan's Island?
Flawless. It was.
Yeah.
It was Gilligan's Island, yeah. And they worked great.
Yeah.
Like all the plastics and everything, and I just put them down there, and then I waxed them up, and wax is the best thing ever to have for a home pin, because it cleans everything. But once you do that, then you can help your other people out. And then they, want to do that. So I can help you with it all the time, and it's fun. I would encourage anybody that's watching that wants to have a pinball to try to make it happen.
Yeah.
If you can get it in your basement.
And I think your story...
in a nice way.
And I think, I know. Look, we bought our house before I got into pinball. That's something to work on for the future.
I bought this house before we got into pinball. I just got lucky.
Yeah, you just got lucky with your walkout basement. And I think the other key takeaway from your thing is start small, right? Like, your first pin doesn't have to be a $10,000 game. It can be a $2,400. There are still deals to be had on great games. Some of the most fun games that we played at Primburg this summer were these old solid states.
Oh man, remember we came back thinking, like, I'm looking up games like, where do I find a Quicksilver? Or where do I find like the old games? They don't all have to be staying power, deep, massive games. If you're getting an old solid state, like Space Invaders, that's not a deep game.
No.
But it's fun.
No,
it's a fun, get a game that you enjoy, that you can get at a good price and put it down there. And the problem is you just have to be ready for the bug to take over. And you're like, okay, now I need another.
Now I need a second.
Now I need another. But I didn't get up to, Guns N' Roses was 7 and that was a jump.
Right.
I had to pay. Like, that was the one where I was like, okay, I've put equity into these 3. Sure. Now I'm at them. I'm paying what I've met it, right? Like, I don't have equity in this to flip it around. Yeah. But then I did it again with Star Wars. At the time, Star Wars and Hobbit. Mm-hmm. Hobbit's really actually kept the same. Right. The Smog edition that I had is still right at about 10. I've seen them go down to like 8.5, but they don't have any mods in them. Right. Like, they don't have anything. So yeah, I would.
Moral of the story there is don't treat it like an investment, because unfortunately that's just not what the market's doing right now.
Yeah. But and start small.
Start small. There's deals to be had, and
don't get all the starry-eyed. The new Star Wars came out. I have to have the new Star Wars. You know what? If you like pinball, one of the arcades near you, a brewery, something is going to have those games. go play them there.
Yeah.
But if you find a getaway,
unless you're just flush with money, there's zero reason to buy new in-box today because there's so much out there that you can get used, and it's still like really well taken care of. So, yeah.
Unless you're gonna get into a situation where you wait for. I got super lucky with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like I had made Matt an offer already, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna sell it for more than that." And I was like, well, I didn't mean that price, man. I'm just telling you I got dibs.
Name a price.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And he got impatient and went to Jersey to get it. It was new in box. Within a week, he messaged me and said, hey, I'm selling it. I'm doing my due. You called dibs. I'm telling you I'm selling it. I'm like, well, what do you want? Then it was right in I was ready to pay retail for it. And it was right about, it wasn't much off. And went and picked it up. Because he just didn't dig it yet.
Yeah.
Now he's got a Wizard or something on order, or I don't know if he still has it, but I just got lucky. The guys are still. Chad put an order in for his, and it just happened. But it was because of the first game that I got growing over the last 6 years, getting to know everybody in the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've tried to get what's his name's Led Zeppelin premium from him, or LE, for 4 years, and he won't sell it. Francis?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
He won't get rid of it. I'm like, come on, man. But it's who you know, and
where you said, there's some people that just hold on to their games forever.
Yeah, and where you start. Like, I know plenty of the crowd that the first game they got was a Stern, and it was new, and it was $6,000, or they paid for it because they love Deadpool, and that's the one that they wanted, or Led Zeppelin, right? Like, that's the one, and that's a $12,000 game. So, but that's what they did because they could. It doesn't have to be like that, though.
Yeah,
it can be Getaway or Space Invaders or Eye of the Tiger, or I don't get an EM.
Don't get that.
Don't get an EM.
I don't know.
Ever.
Well, yeah, no.
Don't get an EM for your first pin.
There's some EMs that I like playing, but that's what I was just about
Yeah, don't
to
get
say.
it. If it's your first pin.
When it comes to maintenance, that's a whole different beast. Even my pinball tech doesn't want to work on EMs.
No. I remember when I got Eye of the Tiger, it worked for 2 games, and then it wouldn't work, and then I don't even remember what it's called. The wheel thing on the bottom wouldn't stop spinning. It would just go ding, 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 ding. I couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. Don't do an EM first.
No EMs, but plenty of good solid states out there.
T2s, T3s.
Oh, yeah.
The old Data East Star Wars. They're all good ones to have first. We could name a million. Addams Family, Twilight Zone, all the ones that World Cup Soccer.
Right.
It's a great first one. It's got easy mechs. It's a great game to play. It's fun. Talk about a game that's not.
But ironically, some of those that you just mentioned, like Addams Family, Twilight Zone, and even like World Cup Soccer or some of these others, they start to get to like the modern pin prices.
They do, because people love them.
And the modern pins, so many of them are getting produced, and people are trying to turn around and get rid of them, that they're dropping the prices dramatically on them. You can probably get a Venom Pro for a lot cheaper.
$4,600.
Yeah. So...
Or Hot Wheels.
If there's certain modern ones that you like, there might be deals out there.
Just don't feel like you got to get the newest one.
No, that's where you get it. That's where I said, that's where if you feel like you can only get it by buying it through a distributor new in box, you're probably going to take a bath on it. So just know that in terms of like what you'll get out of it. It doesn't say you won't enjoy it, but don't expect to not lose a lot of money.
Which I guess is a good point with like...
But if you keep it forever, then what does it matter?
Spooky's doing things kind of differently. They're making under 1,000,
right?
800 of ED, and Beetlejuice, I guess, is going to be $9.99 or whatever. So it's like, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Right. So those values are staying up right now, which is the opposite of what JJP did with Harry Potter.
They also limited how many Ultramans they made.
They're making. I don't have my button.
Like, yes, something being collectible, but it does also still have to be a really good game.
Well, ED is Evil Dead. Game. Evil Dead's fun. Evil Dead is good. Yeah. And I think Harry Potter will be that way, not just because I think it's a great game, too. The shots flow well. The upper play field is good. The depth of the code is good. It's got all the movies. You can you travel through the journey, right? Like it's not Hobbit, like actually traveling, but it's like you do go through the school year, but you also play Quidditch and you fight Death Eaters and you have the wands at the top and you do potions. One of them is a video mode with the buttons, right? It's just a very complete game. Yeah. It's very, very good. And I hope that it holds value. If it doesn't, I don't care.
Sure. Right.
Because it's what
it's what you want.
It's what I want to do. Like, it's what we're saying. Like, if you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
Like, go and get what you want.
Right.
But be smart about it too. Like, understand it's not an investment anymore.
Right.
You know, I got lucky when I did it.
We should stop talking and go play that game.
Yeah, let me turn it on.
Meanwhile, thank you all for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. And we're going to go play some pinball tonight. We're going to play some pinball this weekend. And hopefully play really well this weekend. I
haven't played well in like 3 months. I'm not playing well. I'm playing for fun.
Yeah.
I'm there to support you this time.
Okay, nice.
Yes. Just like you were there for me in Pinburg.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm there for you. And everybody's home now.
Nice.
Perfect timing.
We'll see you all in the next one.
All right, y'all. We're going to go play some. See ya.